So hey guys, and welcome back to Budget Nomad, and welcome to my video about how to save money on expensive travel goods when using Temu. Okay, let's get started. Now when it comes to travel gear, I am a bit of a travel geek. I search high and low for the best products, always looking for the best deals and things like that. And overall, to be honest, Packhacker actually review pretty good stuff. The problem I find with websites like this is, and their YouTube channel is, unfortunately, everything they sell is high-end, very expensive. For example, things like Peak Design and Matador, which we're going to look at later. So as a budget nomad, I recently come across this new website, Temu, which has been around for a couple of years, but I think it's a really good place to find some really budget gear that's actually quite good quality, but it's going to save you hundreds of dollars. So this is the first item we're going to look at. This is the Peak Design Tech Pouch. It retails at $59.99, which is around $70 US. Now, I'm not denying that Peak Design is very, very good, beautiful quality, really well made, and will last you a long time. However, the price is astronomical for a tech pouch, I think. And on Temu, I found an amazing different option, and I'll show you that now. I found this one. This is a large capacity. You can see it's quite big. It's not massive, but it probably is equivalent to around the small size of what we found with the Peak Design, and it retails at $7 to $8. And you tend to find with products like this, the quality actually is pretty good. Now it is lacking a couple of features. On the Peak Design, we can see definitely there's like a zip pouch here. Unfortunately, you don't have that with the Temu, but it's extremely good value. And when we scroll down, this is free delivery shipping, and they'll ship anywhere in the world, which is absolutely fabulous. It hasn't got many reviews, but I'm not really worried. With a product like this, you tend to find the quality is actually quite good. If you're quite concerned, you can always look at the pictures. But overall, I found the things I have ordered off Temu to be extremely good quality. The next item we're going to look at is this Packable Daypack. And this is actually what inspired me to actually make this video, because I've been looking for a Packable Daypack, and I have really liked the look of this. This Packable Daypack by Matador. Now, Matador is good quality stuff. I've actually had the soap dish, which I'll show you later actually. And I do like Matador stuff, and it folds down, it looks really good quality, but then you scroll down to the price and you're like, wow, $60. Oof, that's quite a lot for a Packable Daypack. The previous one I bought, which I actually reviewed, was the Eagle Crick, and that cost me about $30. Unfortunately, that's now been discontinued. So we have this problem now that with the kind of like the stuff, there's limited options with high quality ones. Matador seemed the best, but again, $60 for a Packable Daypack. Even again, it will last you a long time. Seems a lot of money. So again, I went on Temu, and my first attempt actually was failed. I did order one. It was not good quality, but I did find this one. This is an absolutely fantastic Packable Daypack. You just need to search for it and just look for the actual design. There's many sellers, and they've all got different brands on them. It's quite a generic brand, to be honest. But you look for this, it's called Aotan. And to be honest, it's a great size. It actually is slightly bigger than what it looks. It'll actually fit a 14-inch laptop with the case on it. It's slightly waterproof. I wouldn't say it's 100% waterproof, but for the money, it's absolutely fantastic. And what money are we talking? $12. $12 US. That's such a bargain. It's such a saving. The reviews are very good. Personally, I've actually got this item myself, so I can't recommend this one more. Out of the 5 I'm going to show you today, this is the one I would recommend the most. And obviously, there's lots of colours to choose from. And actually, that's another thing with the Matador. You're actually really limited on choice of colours. You've got black, Arctic, or white. Pretty safe colours. But with this one, we've got loads of different colours. The next item we're talking about is actually something I've actually previously owned, was the Matador soap case. Now, it might not be for every traveller, but I do find these things very useful. If you're looking to travel and save money, I always recommend using some kind of shampoo bar. And you can just put it in there, when you're finished in your hostel or your hotel and you move to the next place. That soap is going to be wet probably, and you don't want it in your wash bag, so you can put it in there, it seals it, and it's fantastic. Really good item, very good product, absolutely brilliant. But the price for what it is absolutely ridiculous. And bear in mind, I actually paid this. I paid about $20 in Thailand when I bought it. You can get it from America for $14, but again, for what it is, it's absolutely crazy money. Like I say, I previously owned it, but I actually lost it. I actually left it behind in a hotel, which is so frustrating, but these things happen. So again, I was looking for a replacement, and I was like, I don't really want to pay that kind of money. So I went on Temu and I found this one here, this absolutely fabulous one. Now, this is a cheaper version, but at the end of the day, it's only about $4, which is an absolute bargain. In fact, it actually might be about $3.50. I'm doing rough conversions here. We'll do the full conversion later in the video. But again, you know, from $14 down to like $3. And remember, with Temu, it's free shipping. The only thing I'll say with this particular listing was black's out. There's only silver left. Which is, at the end of the day, I don't think it really matters for this kind of product. But if you did want black, there are some other listings and they're slightly more expensive, like 50 cents or maybe a dollar more. I ordered this one myself and the quality is really good. The only thing I will say is that the one I received is actually slightly larger than the Matador one, which in some ways is good, but in other ways is slightly bad, because if you want to, you know, you don't want too much size in your little wash bag, it can be a little bit of a drawback. So I don't know. Obviously, there's different versions. The one I got was slightly bigger, but again, it still does what it says on the tin. I'd just quickly look for another product. There is this one here at around, again, $4. And this is very similar to the one I ordered, actually. So this one would be slightly larger. It doesn't really show you in the pictures, but it is slightly larger than the Matador one. So the next item we're looking at is packing cubes. Now, I've got to admit, I didn't actually find anything exactly the same. These ones from Peak Design are actually more cylindrical. In terms of probably literage and how much they hold, they're probably around the same. And they're about $65 without shipping. So, you know, again, quite expensive and, you know, good quality, of course, but I don't think it's worth it. And I'll come back to why in a second when I show you the Temu version. So this is the Temu version I found, and these are absolutely amazing because they actually have YKK zippers, which is the best you can get, so they're high quality, and also they've got compression. Now obviously they are more of a flat design, you know, so they're slightly different, they're not cylindrical, so it would depend on what type you wanted, whether you want cylindrical or you wanted flat design, just how you're packing your bag really. But in terms of quality, if they've got YKK zippers, these things are going to be state-of-the-art, really, really good quality, I would imagine. This is a product I didn't actually order myself. I think these are spot on for what you want, and I think these are a really good replacement. So the price-wise, we're looking around $17 to $18 US. Absolute bargain from nearly $70. You're going to save yourself a lot of money, and I believe with this one, you're really going to get the quality without YKK zippers. There's no doubt. The final item we're looking at, again, is from Peak Design. I've done 3 items from Peak Design and 2 items from Matador, and the final item is this one. It's basically your wash pouch. Again, it's retailing around $80 US. Now, again, good quality. Looks like it's got good organization. Very nice inside. You know, again, everything about it. There's nothing wrong with it. The design's nice. It's great quality. Everything. But the price, again, is absolutely massive, isn't it? I mean, for a wash bag, just get that into your head. $80 US for a wash bag. It just doesn't seem worth it. Personally, I don't see what this will bring than the one you would get cheap from Temu. Some people are talking about waterproofing and quality. To be fair, you can get some very, very cheap ones. So there are options to get around that, and it will still save you around $50 or $60. And this was the option. Now, in terms of size, it is hard to know exactly without having both products in front of me. This one does look slightly smaller. I think the Peak Design you probably would be able to get a slight more in, but there are a lot more options. But I like this, how you can hang it. And I think for a guy, I think that's about the right size. I've got something similar, not from Temu actually, I got it from Decathlon. But again, this is the kind of thing, it's very, very similar to the one I've already got. I have looked at these kind of things, and I think these kind of products are, again, the standard quality. I don't think there's any difference between a high-end product and a low-end product. Maybe some design features, but I don't think it's worth the money. And in terms of money, we're looking at $5 US from 80. It just saves you not just some money. You know, you could order 3 or 4 different types if you wanted to, and you'll still save yourself $50. So even if you didn't get it right the first time, you can always order another one. So if you just take those 5 products, for example, we've just saved yourself $200. I think it's really, really worth shopping on Temu. As a budget traveler, I think there's nothing better now to find the products you can find on Temu with free shipping, And the product's been, overall, I'm very satisfied with the things I've seen. It's been absolutely fantastic. Not had any nightmares so far, and I've ordered probably 50 products from Temu for traveling. I will do more videos if you want me to. I like this. Of course, if you disagree with me, leave your comments below. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification button, and I will see you next time.